everybody, and welcome. I'm your host, Captain Awesomeness, and I am here at the Cleveland IX Center making a visit to the Cleveland Auto Show. Now, this show obviously is not as big as the New York Auto Show or the Geneva Auto Show or, you know, many of the other places where you do car shows. But what I do like about here is at least we get to see all the vehicles that are going to be coming up in the year 2023. Currently, I am over here at the Toyota booth, and we're going to be checking out some vehicles. I'm going to do some quick shots, and yeah, we'll just kind of walk around and have a look at different things, and then I'll get back to you guys once we're done with our visit. So before I show you guys the new cars, I wanted to show you guys this Land Cruiser. It's a classic, old school, maybe from the 70s Land Cruiser. It's been restored apparently by whoever makes this thing. So looking pretty good. Wow, so darn clean. And this whole rust thing is actually not rust, it's just the way they've painted it up. Well, this sucks. I kind of wanted to see what's on the inside, but we're gonna just look at what there is that we can see. Right-hand drive, two-seater, pretty nice. And the funny thing is, you can actually get these in Pakistan for next to nothing. I've seen some on sale. I might actually import one. Worthy of note in the Toyota booth is going to be this NASCAR Toyota Camry. I don't know why I was about to say Nissan, but anyway, the funny thing about these is that they do not actually have a Toyota engine in there. It's all American V8. So with the NASCAR vehicles, I'm not a fan of NASCAR since I don't really like oval racing. But if you get to check out the interior, pretty awesome and pretty simple. All you get is the steering wheel, of course. Then you've got a display, and then the rest of the interior is a roll cage with the seat. I believe that there is a shifter. It might be sequential type, but I'm not sure. But overall, this is all you get in a race car. Just because you, of course, want to minimize all the weight you can, but overall, not a bad vehicle. Let's move on to the next one. And the next thing worthy of noting that we cannot go inside or really check out is this Toyota Corolla GR. The GR trim is the all-wheel drive turbocharged 3-cylinder car, and unfortunately there is nothing we can really see inside except for the steering wheel, and that's about it. They really tinted out, blacked out the interior, but still not a bad vehicle to look at. Just did not see an actual version that is for sale, that was supposed to be for sale. I haven't seen any yet that I would like to show for you guys, but yeah, still not a bad car. All right, so now we're entering Subaru. For full disclosure, I own a 2022 Subaru Forester, and most of the lineup here is going to be stuff like this, the Crosstrek. Then you have, of course, the Forester, like I said, that I own, and several other versions of it. The real thing that I actually wanted to show you guys, which is the thing that I wanted to highlight about Subaru, is that they no longer have the STI. Impreza WRX STI is what made it famous, the whole rallycross thing. All they have is this WRX. Now the WRX overall is a one trim less than the STI. So my whole reservations about it is the direct injection Boxer 4 motor, which is, I don't know, proven or not yet, but I can at least show you what the interior looks like real quick. They've taken the shift knob out, and the reason for that is actually a lot of people tend to steal them. But overall, when you look at the interior, what I like about it is that big-ass center display. Now, the only concern I have about that is that all of your controls now are all electronic for your climate control and several things like that. So, not very happy about that. But Subaru steering wheel, which is actually the same steering wheel I have on my Forester, minus the little indent in the bottom. But overall, it's just the same thing. Interior for a WRX is not so bad. This is, again, something that I would not prefer to buy just because I just don't think it has the right trim or power levels that I would want. Now let's look at the price here real quick. Now that I've shown you that price, we'll talk about the price later on. But anyway, this is the only impressive car they have, minus that car right in front of the WRX, which happens to be the Subaru BRZ. I'm not impressed by it, so I'm not going to really talk about it. Now this, my friends, is something that you don't get to see very often. Beautiful classic car. I don't even know what it is. But there's a little thing about how the Owen magnetic operates, so I'm guessing something with a starting system or something. I don't know. Oh, look at this. Now it tells us what this is. This is a 1916 Owen magnetic 036 Touring. 75 horsepower, 6.1 inline 6 engine, rear-wheel drive with an electric transmission. And it was made right here by the Baker Electric Company in Cleveland, Ohio. Wow. So, pretty impressive. Look at this. So, early cars, even in the early 1900s, had some good design language behind them. Not to mention it's a convertible. Wow. Now coming here to Ram, I'm gonna walk as I talk. Every year they do this where they have this whole setup here. They'll take, excuse me, I burped as I was talking. They take their vehicles through different kinds of action for you to see what it's like to drive these in an off-road type of environment. Here you go, just a good example to see what kind of angle the Ram will take. And they'll have people sitting inside, visitors, who get to experience how stable these things can be going through these kinds of banks. Okay, so we are in a Wrangler and we're gonna do the test where I don't get to drive, but the Jeep representative does. Look at this. Whoa. There we are. Whoa. Man, it's a good bank that it takes. Woo-hoo-hoo! Me and then of course my wife in the back. Oh boy, yeah, there we go. That's a, man, this thing can really take them. Wow. All right, now we wait and now we go. All right, look at how it takes this climb like it's nobody's business. Holy.
Let's go up, look at those dimensions right there.
Yeah.
Degree.
Look at that, yeah. How many degrees does it take it all? Yeah. Wow! Wow! 34 degrees, my God. Man, this reminds me of when we used to be in... Wow! I'm only laughing because of how it took that deep dive. Yeah. Wow. Golly. I'm sorry I can't hold my camera up like I would like to, but... Wow. Definitely worth. All right, so let's try this out, but I'm not gonna really focus on recording. I'm gonna hang out and check out what this thing can do.
So this is the Ram 2500 Power Wagon. It's got a 6.4 liter Cumming V8 under the hood.
Oh.
Matched to an 8-speed automatic. This wall we're hooking onto is about 7,000 pounds.
7,000 pounds?
Yeah.
That's not bad. Now it has a winch up front?
Oh, yeah, it has a winch, but we're on our tow hooks right
now.
now.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, we're going to be pulling backwards.
Wow.
Wall goes up. The truck can handle a max tow of about 10,000 pounds.
That ain't bad. 10-speed transmission or 8-speed? Okay.
Yeah, 10 speeds are starting to get a little
look
much.
At this thing. It tells you, shows you what it's like up front.
Yeah, it gives you the top view too. It takes the images from the front, back, and 2 mirror cameras, combine them into one.
Very interesting.
And it is a true off-roader. You've got a sway bar disconnect, 4-wheel high, 4-wheel low, and axle lock front and rear.
Just like a Wrangler.
Yeah, set up very similarly to a Wrangler, in fact.
Here comes the stability thing.
We have a pitch and roll monitor. It tells us the degrees that the vehicle sits on. This is about a 30-degree bank. Rams have a low center of gravity. Very difficult for them to roll over. The frame on the truck is made of 98% high-strength steel.
Wow. Just 98?
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Wow.
We also have a forward-facing camera. Allows us to see beyond the hood going over steep terrain. This is about a 30-degree incline.
Oh,
Goes
boy,
up no problem.
Oh wow, looking at the moon. Holy crap. Oof. Golly.
Starts at about $60,000.
60.
The one that you're in is fully loaded at about $80,000.
Wow. Not bad, not bad.
You guys have a great day.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Walking into Dodge or Ram land, there's all kinds of vehicles here that I want to show you guys. We're walking towards it right now, as a matter of fact, in one of the most pleasing colors I could imagine. So this is a beautiful Dodge Challenger, just amazing to look at. Wow, wow, wow. I would love to sit inside of it, but there's already somebody in there. But maybe nobody's in there, I don't know, can't tell. Well, let's look at what the MSRP for this thing is. $58,000. I'm not gonna say anything about the price tag, but automatic V8, just a huge, huge vehicle. But moving on to my next favorite vehicle, the one that I really want, the Jeep Wrangler. Before I bought my Forester, by the way, I wanted to actually get one of these, but with the current prices, yeah, not so much. But this is the Mojave version of the Wrangler. I don't know, but from the hood, it seems like it might be a diesel. I'm gonna look at the sticker real quick. What does the sticker tell us? It is not a diesel, but we're gonna go inside since this is gonna be the vehicle I wanna be in. All right, first things first, automatic transmission, not a fan. Steering wheel, you see my wife, she's coming up there. Of course, it's got the, I'm trying to find the word here, but it's got the modular rooftop thing. Has all the features that I was actually looking for, like, you know, the seat heaters and the steering wheel heater and all that stuff. It's a really, really nice vehicle, guys. Just don't like the automatic. That's about the only complaint I have. By the way, I said Wrangler, right? I'm a dummy. This is not the Wrangler. This is actually, when I look at the back now, this is the Wrangler, only it's the Gladiator Wrangler, because the thing is, the pickup version is called the Gladiator and the non-pickup version is called the Wrangler. But yeah, still same thing overall. It's just, of course, the difference is you don't have any of this covered up, this space, so that's about the only thing different with it, in my honest opinion. And actually, I do see what I think is the Wrangler. I assumed the other one was, but here we are. So as you can tell, not much of a difference except for the back end. The back end is what makes that difference. But I want to see what this one would be going for. Now, this is the Sahara version 4xe, so I'm assuming this is the electric one or not. Oh, let's see. It says 2.0 liter inline 4 turbo PHEV engine, so I don't know what the PHEV means, so if you guys know, please do let me know. But yeah, it's got that perfect color, matching body panels, so that means that the roof and the fender, as well as the rest of the body, all match. And the price, though, is what I have a problem with. It's way out of my reach, way out of my reach. Looking at the interior, automatic, as you can see, no rooftop or the modular rooftop, but nothing different really on the interior in this versus the Gladiator. Pretty nice, pretty nice. So this, my friends, is an electric pickup truck that Ram is making. I am going to say this is a concept because you cannot enter this. This is a concept one, right? Yeah. Just look at the interior. Look at that. Good God. I would love to buy this. This is amazing. Just amount of space and how these seats move back and forth. The bed, I mean, that would be pretty nice. But wow. Unfortunately, it's just a concept. I don't think it'll actually get made. but still, what a beautiful, beautiful thing to look at. So Ford here has a good mix of vans, trucks, more trucks in the back, van, truck, and then of course the only car that I see, the Mustang. And I don't think they have any other cars here, but overall real nice setup they've got here. Now the Mustang GT is my favorite out of all of them. This blue color reminds me of the channel, what's this called, the Dude in Blue. So pretty nice setup. Not much that I do know about the new Mustang. I don't think there's anything new with it. It is a stick still, so that's a good part. 5.0 V8, and then we've got the convertible version of a Mustang, and then all the other little cars, the Bronco over there, and all that stuff. Now they have something of interest here. This is something we're gonna have to check out, ladies and gents. Whoa, what is this? I have no idea what version of Mustang this is, but good gosh, this thing is hot AF. Whoa, look at that front end, look at that lip. Wow. And of course they have the please keep off display, so I can't really go in there and check it out, but from what I can tell, Recaro seats in there, and that's about all I can tell from all the way up here. Pretty nice though. Okay, so before I continue, here we are at the Kia booth on the right side, and then on the left side we have Hyundai. Now, for those of you who don't know, they're both the same company. It's not like one is a higher class or luxury version of the other. They're literally the same company, owned by the same big, larger corporation. But anyway, nothing that I'm impressed by here. Mostly all SUVs, except for that one car in the back. They don't really have anything performance-wise, but Kia is becoming a car noteworthy of good-looking vehicles, and yeah, it's great to see them here. They have that Telluride. If I can find one, great. If not, I can just say this much, that the Telluride is a great vehicle. It's really competing well. Oh, right here in front of us, actually. So it's competing well against the rest of the competition. This has just the most beautiful front end. Now this, ladies and gents, this is what I came here for. Look at this. Multicolored Lamborghini Diablo. We've got the Audi R8 over there. We've got an old school Beamer. I wonder if it is... I wonder if it's the V12 version. But good gosh, this is beautiful. So this is Recharge Rally, so there's their vehicles, because you see Recharge on all of them. That's the Beamer, I'm guessing the 3 Series. Then you've got a Mustang that's got a very unique color to it. And then some other vehicles over there, so let's walk around. All right, so here's the Mustang. I'm guessing a woman owns it. Got that pink hue to it. A little few Porsche 911s. My favorite Porsche 911, the GT3 RS, a vehicle that costs more than my house. Wow. Another one. I don't think this is the roof version, but if it is, wow. Porsche. And then of course the Lotus. Now I think this is the Evora. I might be wrong. Either the Lotus Evora or the Lotus Elise. Don't know which one. But here we go, yet another Murcielago. I wish I could see some of the old school stuff here too. Like, I'm a big fan of the Lamborghini Countach and the Lamborghini Diablo, because I grew up loving those two vehicles, but this is still, what a beautiful color. And of course, it's all out of my range of affordability. I'm a Subaru driver looking at cars that I can only dream of, but still, wow. This, my friends, is one of the Polaris vehicles I would love to buy. The Polaris Slingshot. I've seen these all over, and I don't know what to say about it other than it is beautiful. Obviously, it's something you would not want to drive in the type of weather we have here in Ohio, but pretty simple, automatic transmission, and something I would love to own. But yeah, a little out of the affordability range, and the other thing is, of course, it's when it comes to utility, what utility does it offer? So yeah, if you've got that crypto money richness, then maybe you can afford it. This thing goes for $36,000. So between this or a Harley, huh? So while we're at it, talking about things that I would love to own, I am actually looking actively for a motorcycle. I just don't know if I want to go with a cruiser like this or this. I'm not looking at sport bikes, but we'll see if that comes up in a range. But I gotta drive something that's comfortable, and Indian makes this real nice looking bike here. It's got that military color theme that I love, the flat OD green, as it's called, olive drab. And yeah, look at all this here. I mean, it's got big ass speakers up there. If I can show you with my pinky finger, yep, there you go. A little speedo thing, and I don't know if these actually come in automatic. So let's have a look down here. Well, that's the brake, so might have to go on the other side. Yep, okay, so this is a manual, so that's good. I like manual driven cars or vehicles all in all. But yeah, look at the beauty of this thing. Wow. Now there's some other bikes here, sport bikes, like I said. Don't know if I'm a fan. It just you'd have to bend over and ride them. Dirt bike over there, so that's why I'm a little nervous about that. But yeah, let me know which one I should go with. Okay, so with the visit here at the Cleveland Auto Show over with, and really everything kind of coming to a close, since it's getting close to closing time and most everybody's gone, let me tell you a couple things real quick. So in years past, these kinds of auto shows have been a great way for new customers and old customers to kind of check out what the current lineup is, what the future holds for each one of these manufacturers out there, and whether somebody wants to really spend the kind of money that manufacturers demand for the vehicles they have. They also indicate a little bit as to what the future looks like in terms of what kind of vehicles auto manufacturers usually are thinking of offering their customers, be it in the form of concept or upcoming production vehicles. So with that, I have a couple of things that I've been thinking about. First and foremost, what I did notice was that there weren't very many sedans. It's mostly all compact SUVs, large-scale SUVs, pickup trucks, and the like. Everything just big ass. Tesla did not have a showing here at the Cleveland Auto Show, and I don't think they really desire to. But there was definitely a presence for the EV vehicles, especially in the form of some of the examples that you've already seen in the footage. Personally, I'm not a fan of EV just because of the current constraints and limitations with the charging and the range that they have, and even really the utility factor. Rivian is the only one that offers a large-scale electric vehicle that I could maybe potentially use, but there's that other issue that goes along with it, is the cost. There's no way I'm paying over 6 figures for a pickup truck. Not to mention, even on the gas-powered side, that's exactly the kinds of prices we're looking at. For example, the Ram 2500 that I had the pleasure of actually being in and kind of going on that little test drive on it, the way that particular trim stood at sells at $80,000. $80,000, and their base price for that pickup truck, $60,000. So what's happened is that most all these cars have already priced themselves out of my market. I can't go over 40, so that's me. But I don't get how people, and you all know this, are willing to pay well over $1,000 a month for a stupid vehicle. And it's not just pickup trucks, it's anything that you can get out there, and that leads to another thing: dealer markups. Even if, say, for example, I go for the Wrangler, which I absolutely love, if I were to pay, say, $40,000 for whatever trim that they have out there for the Wrangler, it's got all the amenities I want, you're not going to actually pay $40,000. You're going to have to pay dealer markups. Sometimes it'll be like maybe 10%, but there are some dealers that are charging 100% because of availability and all this other stuff that they claim is the issue. They keep calling them market adjustments, but they're not market adjustments. They're then basically saying, you know what, we're going to completely take advantage of the fact that inventory is low, and the fact is also that there's nobody to stop us. So yeah, I would never buy one. Then on top of that, there's the other economic issue as well. See, the thing is, I bought my 2022 Forester I pay 1.89% APR. You know what the APR is going for these days? I mean, when I looked online at my own bank, 5%. That's with great credit like mine. I got stellar credit, over 810 on all 3 credit bureaus. Actually higher than that, on the scale of 850. So I'm not paying that kind of money. 7% APR maybe, or whatever, 5% as I've seen it. The hell with that. So all in all, great show. Not impressed, honestly, by a lot of what I saw, since it was like everybody's competing to be in SUVs and stuff like that. Definitely not happy with the EVs, but still happy that there are some old school models that are still around, like the Wrangler. You know, and it was also kind of good to see some other old examples of cars of the years past, and of course the future. What's that coming for us? I'm a little concerned about the future, but at the same time, I don't think it's all that bad. I think maybe if these guys, these manufacturers, who I feel are not actually selling these cars because there's a demand for it, I feel that the way they're marketing them, it seems as if they are pushing for it. They want you to go all electric. That to me, no. Like, you know, a Hemi V8 is something the customers wanted. That's why it got out there. But I don't think a customer wants to pay $80,000, $100,000 for an electric vehicle. It's just not. How many people are you gonna have wanting to pay that kind of money for that kind of car? So kind of seems like a bleak future. You know, the thing is also, current economic conditions don't allow for the typical American buyer who actually brings economies of scale to vehicles. I don't see them affording to be able to, like, you know, I can't see them affording these cars, not any one of them, unless of course they have no issue deciding between living in a house or living in a car. I don't get it. But still, I am in the market, and if things happen to be where, and I hope this doesn't happen, but at the same time I hope it, where dealers start to get hit so hard that they are willing to sell way below MSRP, I'm not going to buy a vehicle at all. I'm going to sit happy with my Subaru Forester and use it until I can find myself in a Wrangler at a reasonable price. And that's just about it. So hopefully, again, I am, you know, kind of in a position where I think that things will turn out better. But at the same time, I don't like what is happening now. So I'm really hoping tomorrow turns out to be better for all of us. Nonetheless, it was a great experience. My wife, it was her first time being at a auto show like this, and for her to sit inside of cars and stuff. So that brought a smile on her face, and it kind of took me back to a good time as well, where I used to come to this auto show quite a bit, and it's the first time I've come to one since I think 2005. So for me, it's been a whole 18 years out of this Cleveland scene. And of course, you know, Cleveland Auto Show is not as big as the other cities, but still pretty exciting thing to be a part of. Anyway, guys, that is all I have. It's become a rather long video, but it was still a good thing for me to share, I felt, in that, you know, it's a little different from the go-karting thing I've been doing. And there'll be more of this stuff also coming along. So stay tuned for more, guys, and I will see you at the next Apex. Bye-bye.
Never break, always fight, never quit.